You know, what's my purpose beyond just me? It's no longer self, it's no longer ego, it's no longer identity, singular identity, it's no longer labels, it's no longer names. It's saying, what is my purpose beyond me? What is the purpose beyond you? The purpose beyond you is others. Let us start attacking this word here. Higher purpose, okay? You can use whatever word you want. Use God, use divine, use universe, whatever you want to use. Okay? Higher purpose. What's higher purpose? I believe higher purpose, I want you to write this down. Higher purpose is a purpose that's beyond you. That's what I believe higher purpose means. Higher purpose means it's a purpose that is beyond you as an individual. What does that mean? It means you have all the health, you have all the wealth, you have all the relationship. You're not lacking any of these things. It's like you want to know what's more. You know, what's my purpose beyond just me? It's no longer self, it's no longer ego, it's no longer identity, singular identity, it's no longer labels, it's no longer names. It's saying, what is my purpose beyond me? What is the purpose beyond you? The purpose beyond you is others. The purpose beyond you is others. If you haven't cracked the code yet, it's actually very simple, right? Because you're talking about, okay, higher purpose. Higher purpose is to become purposeful, okay? You're purposeful. I want to ask you this question. How many of you sometimes get this feeling, and I, by the way, I heard it through some of your scripting before. I said, wow, did you guys recognize so many people that were sharing just before had very big hearts? Did you realize that there was a commonality between everyone who was sharing before? They kind of went in a way where they said, I want this for me, this for me, this for me, then I want. Did you realize they all had some commonality? Did they team up to script? No. They were all in their own mind with their own experiences, doesn't matter what background, what culture, whatever, they all had that same pattern. Why is that? And let me ask you this question. How many of you sometimes when you help other people, you're even more happier than when you help yourself? How many of you get that sometimes? When you get something, help somebody, achieve something, you see them thrive, you're kind of like, whoa, that's really good, right? They say thank you. You feel like, wow, I've done my job. I did a good job. Just raise your hands again if you like helping people. Just raise your hand nice and high. Okay, look around you. Every single person. Think about it for a second. In this human game that the universe has put us in this human game that the universe put us in, right? The goal, what will this allow us? This thing will allow us this big word here, happiness, fulfillment, right? This is what we were talking about before, happiness. And it just so happens that the parameters set on this game, this human game, is that when you help people, you're happy. You're even more happy than you help yourself. Is this true? So what is higher purpose? Higher purpose is when you're serving something that's beyond yourself. What's that? Other people. Service, contribution, impact. Service, contribution, impact. Let me tell you something. There will be nobody in this room who will not admit that if you could impact a lot of lives in the world and everybody every single day said, thank you so much, you're changing my life, you wouldn't be happy. There's nobody who can say, I wouldn't be happy. But there could be some people who say, I'm not quite sure that is my thing. Let me tell you who those people are. Those people who haven't fulfilled self first. They're too troubled with the lack of fulfillment in self. So they can't even think beyond self right now. That's why they can't think that that will be their thing. But once you come to that understanding, hey, I've fulfilled everything for self, it will always be for others. It will always be. Now my question is this. Okay? So let's say, for example, if your purpose is to serve beyond you, to help people, when does that end? Never ends, really, does it? Does it ever end? Does it come to, I helped 21 people now. It's enough. I'm done with this life. Does that happen? Let me tell you something. I learned this through doing my charity work. I realized that helping 30 kids at the beginning, 50 kids at the beginning, 100 kids, 200 kids, 300 kids. It was never enough. There will always be the next person who needs help, and there will never be a case where I'm like, you know, I've helped 50 already, you go die. It never happened that way. It will always be, I want to help more people. Now, when I help more people, am I fulfilling an even bigger purpose in this lifetime, yes or no? Yes. The more people, is it fair to say the more people you help, the more purposeful and the bigger the purpose you are serving? Is it fair to say that? If we look at all the prophets, all the spiritual leaders and teachers, we look at people like Gandhi, we look at Jesus, we look at all these people, could we say that they fulfilled a pretty big purpose in this lifetime? Is it fair to say? Right? Why? Number of people. That's all it is. Now, could it be the case that the more people you help, actually, the even more fulfilled you will become? Is it fair to say that? Even more fulfilled. You help more people, even more fulfilled. Could we agree on that? Right? So, what does it require for you to fulfill the highest purpose in the world? To be able to help millions and billions of lives? What would it require? It requires you to have a constant flow of abundance of all of these pillars. It requires you to have it's like not just passive income. It's like passive health going on, passive like everything just coming, abundance, so much love, so much everything. You have everything. You get all this sense, right? Because it will come a time where you will realize, hey, you want to help more people, you help more people, then you'll realize, hey, there's nothing left in my pocket. How do you help more people? So this game, this ultimate game, this ultimate fulfillment and happiness requires all of these pillars. It is actually, whether you like it or not, the only time you will be actually fulfilled with your entire life. You don't believe me? Try knock out any of those pillars, and you spend your next few years achieving it. Come back to tell me that you're totally fulfilled, nothing more. It won't be the case. If you're lacking one of those pillars, there'll always be something lacking. If you fulfill all 4 pillars, you'll feel like, oh, continue, keep growing, more, help more people, abundance. Some of you will listen to that and think, that sounds very tiring. A lot of work. Depends how you do it. If making money the way you make money right now, maybe it will be very tiring. Do you get what I'm saying? If all the manual labor work that you need to do right now, right? Maybe it'll be very tiring. But what if we could change the way? Right? What if we could change the way?